Welcome to Surviving Society. This week, I was joined by Catherine Egeland and Dr. Crystal Martin. Catherine and Crystal had limited time, so we had to get straight into our conversation. With this, I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction to Catherine and Crystal's work and why they're in the UK just before you hear the main episode. So first of all, I was in conversation with Catherine Egeland. Cathy is a resident of Gulfport, Mississippi. She's co-founder of the EECHO, a Gulf Coast grassroots coalition of diverse educational, economic, health, environmental justice, climate justice, religious and policy advocates working to build better communities. She provides leadership development of the organisation's environmental and climate justice policies. Her committee is in charge of raising awareness of environmental and climate issues from the standpoints of civil rights, social justice and equity. She is chair of the Environmental and Climate Justice Committee for the National Board of Directors of the NAACP, which of course is the National Association of the Advancement of Coloured People. I was also in conversation with Dr. Crystal Martin. Crystal Martin was raised in the community of Gloucester, Mississippi, and considers Amity County home. Her mum still lives there, and she describes how everyone in the town is related. She has intimate knowledge of the politics in Gloucester and the community's need. Cathy and Crystal's visit is part of the ever-expanding global activist connections organising against the climate emergency. This trip was especially focused on making connections with the locals here in Selby in the UK to highlight and draw comparisons to the impact of Drax power stations biomass burning on predominantly communities of colour in the southern US states. Drax power plant in Selby converted from burning coal to burning wood and receives millions of pounds in subsidies which come out of our energy bills and which are supposed to subsidise genuinely renewable energy. Drax gets away with this via a carbon accounting loophole, which means burning wood is classed as carbon neutral. In fact, Drax is the UK's biggest carbon emitter and the world's largest tree burner. Drax sources wood from overseas, which is driving forest deconstruction around the world. Most of the wood Drax burns is from the southern US, where the pellet mills are causing health problems for predominantly communities of colour and low-income communities. It also sources a large proportion of its wood from Estonia and Latvia, where it's driving intensive clear-cutting in protected forests, and Canada, where a BBC Panorama investigation has found that Drax is logging primary forests that have never been cut before. Wherever it sources its wood, animals, wildfire and biodiversity are harmed. I hope you enjoy this incredibly informative conversation with these brilliant activists.